Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We talk outdoors every Saturday morning, our 23rd year on the air, right here on AM 790 in Memphis, and all you good folks in Brownsville on 1520 AM and 95.3 FM, and, of course, in News Talk 101.5 in Jackson. And you can go to LarryRay.com to get all the past shows, information about the show. And, of course, we're on YouTube also. But we're talking today a lot about fishing, but at the same time, we're also talking a lot about hunting.
Yeah, there's a lot of hunting and fishing going on.
And you like those hunters. You like those hunters, right? Because they're off the water, so you don't have to worry about them. So we're going to talk to this next guy because he's a well-known name, a two-time Elite Series winner. But we may talk more about his daughter than him. I don't hope he doesn't get mad about that or anything. But it's always good to talk to another Tennessean, even though he's out of Chattanooga, and that is Buddy Gross. Good morning, Buddy.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Glad to have you, buddy. And I know that I can remember one thing, and Ron is, of course, he's our man in the field. He goes to the classics and everything like that. But somebody told me when I was having you on the show, and before we get into about this deer hunting that happened, Mr. Consistency, they said. And I got to ask you, how many times have you not finished in the money?
Oh, I don't know. I try not to look back at that. Lord just blesses us to make a make a good move.
You are on a handful of guys that have a percentage that I would have loved to have. I would still be in the major leagues right now, and at my age. But so glad to have you. Thank you, Emily Hartley, for putting this together. Deer hunting, buddy. Let's talk about that before we get into maybe what 2023 looks like you fishing-wise. You really have a story to tell. So tell our listeners out there, what happened during this deer season?
Well, we don't get to go as much as we'd like to. So we, every year, my daughter 2 years ago started going, and she's had some opportunities that just didn't present herself.
This is Bella. Let's give her name out there, buddy.
Yeah,
okay.
Bella Gross is my daughter, and
how old is she?
She just turned 14, 1st of December.
All right, go.
So she's big into barrel racing, but all of her downtime, she wants me to take her hunting. We just don't have as much time as I'd like to. So every now and then we get an opportunity to go, but we got to go this year, and she got her first buck, and it was a 130-inch deer. So
wow, buck. Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. We got to see a big buck fight. Right, I mean, one of the deer that she actually shot whooped two more bucks bigger than it. I mean, it was an incredible hunt. It was memorable. It's something we'll never forget. And she got the buck fever, and she got the job done. And it was pretty impressive because I was more tore up than she was.
Well, talk about it now. When did this happen now?
It was actually last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And you were hunting on family land, somebody's
Willow Oak Lodge.
Yes.
Willow Oak Lodge over Timmy Horton's place.
I know where that is.
Horton's place.
Yeah, I've heard of that place. Yeah, to get an invitation there. So the plan was, had she killed a deer before?
No, that was her first deer. We had been there last year, and she had an opportunity at a really big deer, and it was her first deer, and it was about 200 yards out, and I just wouldn't let her pull the trigger, and it never came in.
So this was a morning hunt? This is a morning hunt?
We had hunted Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, and we got the job done Saturday afternoon. We seen the deer Saturday morning. It just never presented a shot, and she was patient enough to wait, and it paid off.
Walk us through you as the dad on all this. You're in a ground blind, box blind? What kind of blind you in here?
We're in the ground blind, box blind, and then and all three of us are in there. So me and Timmy's talking, and we're kind of shooting the bull a little bit. And Bella wakes us up, and says, "Hey guys, there's a deer out here." And it was a deer that we weren't really wanting to take, and she was talking to me about it, and I was like, "Bella, there's a bigger one coming. You just got to be patient."
Yeah.
And that deer went in the woods, and she's like, "Oh, my gosh, that was my opportunity." I was like, "But just be patient." And then it wasn't long. Another doe showed up, and then another doe showed up. And then it was just like the birds started chirping and the woods come alive, and we had deer all around us. And she had that deer come out. It jumped back in the woods, and I said, "Oh, no, that was our opportunity." And I was kind of disappointed. I was like, "I think it's done." And I didn't say nothing to her, and She said, "You think it'll come back?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it'll come back." And the whole time in my mind, I was thinking, I don't know if that
Please come back, dear. Please come back. You know.
But it came back, and it was like 45 minutes later, and I was so surprised when it came back, and then when the fight happened, they had a big, massive buck fight,
right?
And then all of them run out of the field except for the does, and he stayed by himself and give her an opportunity, and I had to tell her like 3 times, take the shot.
Okay.
She told me once, I'm shaking too bad. I was like, just take a deep breath.
What kind of gun? What kind of rifle was she using, buddy?
She was using a 308 with a 155-inch
do it, girl.
Wow.
tip. So it was a real gun.
It's a real. And
You know, buddy, Bella is she's quite a
better was
young
it?
lady because she is also very well noted for her barrel
Yes,
racing too.
yeah.
Doesn't
Yes.
she?
Yeah.
She's not done it long, but she seemed to be kind of a natural, and she's had good support. We've had good trainers, good teachers, and she had a great weekend. So Saturday, it would have been a week ago. We went to a show that's 4 days long, and one day she won the whole show. The next day she got 2D first in the slot race. She won about $3,000.
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness.
buddy, I got to tell you, it seems like yesterday. She was 3 or 4 years old. And I saw her down at the dock, and I talked to her, picked her up, and was talking with Leanne there. And it just, how time flies, and to see where she is now. It's
And
pretty
look at-
amazing.
Look at this, Ron. Now, he is now. I'm the daddy of Bella. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't say I'm the daddy of Buddy. I mean, I'm the daughter of Buddy. That's Bella now. And what kind of reception has you got, Buddy, from that picture and everything else? Has it been pretty well blown your mind?
It has blown my mind, and like Ron saw me, it's giving me coaches talking about her. She's growing up so fast, and
Yeah.
she has so much potential. I want her to fish so bad, and she just won't fish, and she's really good at it.
She's really good at it.
She's really good at it, and it's like, Dad, it's just boring. And then you think about it, she gets on that horse, it goes around a barrel like a crotch rocket, So
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't get her to fish. I said, "Babe, if you'll fish, I promise you I can help you out." She's like, "No, that's okay. I'm the dumbest guy I ever walked here lately." So
Well, now she's she's going to be the professional deer person now. She'll be guiding people for trips at Timmy Horton's place. But again, we're talking to Buddy Gross about his family. But
You know, I highly recommend everybody to go out and like and follow Buddy Gross on Facebook or Instagram.
yeah.
And you'll get to see a lot of this stuff we're talking about this morning.
Yeah. And Buddy, I know. Let's try to get back to here just for a few minutes about fishing and 2023. I know I talked about your consistency and things along that line, but talk a little bit about what's 2023 looking for you.
The schedule looks good. We're going to start off in Florida. We haven't been to Okeechobee. I've never been to Okeechobee with bass, so it'll be our first time. Florida always scares me for the first one, but we got some great grass lakes, some great pre-spawn lakes, and it just sets up really good for me. And, of course, we got the Classic going to be on Tennessee River Lake.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to getting it going. Really, we've made some changes this year. I've actually signed on with Phoenix. I haven't really even let the cat out of the bag, so you're the first one.
Oh, right. So
with
you
it.
are on with Phoenix now. Okay. Yeah.
I am with Phoenix. Got my new boat. It's getting all the electronics put on it right now, and I'm ready to get it in the water and splash it and see where it takes us this year. But it looks like it's going to be a great year.
Well, you guys are going back down to Seminole, so you got to look forward to that too.
Oh, yes. I love that lake. I've had some really great finishes there.
Yeah.
If we can just continue with that consistency like y'all was talking about, then it would actually catapult us for a great season again.
Well, I tell you what, Florida's been good to you. How about the Harris Chain? I mean,
Man, that was an incredible tournament. That's one of the first tournaments last year. I was like, oh, my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to catch a limit. And then
I remember.
I stopped on my first stop, and I'm wanting to catch just a keeper or two to calm my nerves down. It turned into over 20 pounds, and then it just kind of snowballed. It was one of those. That was probably the most impressed tournament I ever had, just because I had to move and calculate every day. It had to be something different.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what.
Well, and you've qualified for the 2023
the
Classic, and I know
in
you got to
Knoxville.
be looking forward to
Tennessee River.
being on the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
Tennessee River pre-spawn and a Bassmasters Classic. How can a man ask for anything more when he's born and raised on Tennessee River? You know.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just got to. And then to have what happened to you for the first of the year. I mean, 2023 is already after a big start.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's moving and jiving, and it's happening in a hurry for sure.
And how you going to top that? You got to now.
know.
I mean, she's throwing the slam down on you now. Next thing I know, you'll be riding barrel races or something. You know.
Hey,
So,
she's told me whenever I can, not to tell her nothing about barrel races, I can do it myself. So I'm trying to lose some weight, and I told her I'm gonna outrun her for long. So she's laughing at me.
Well, I have to tell you, buddy, I look forward to seeing you and your family there at the Bassmaster Classic, and certainly
it's got to be exciting,
yeah.
buddy, for somebody that's grown up on that river and things along that line to be going there. I mean,
Absolutely. Just to say I'm going to fish the Bassmasters Classic is something to talk about. I mean, that was a dream of mine my whole life. Never thought it would come to reality. I never really ever set out and said I was going to be a professional bass fisherman. It just kind of landed in our lap, and the Lord just took us to places that we never thought we'd go.
well, you give credit to where it's credit, buddy, and the Lord does that for people that are good folks.
That's
And,
right.
I know this will be an exciting time. Tell you, Ron will be there. He and Samantha and his triumphant group will be taking videos and everything, buddy. And we want to make sure that we get back with you. And I don't believe in luck, and I don't believe that. I think it was meant that Bella was going to get that deer. Now I would have been happy just to see two of them fight. Okay,
Absolutely. I'm talking about we've seen some bunch of first in the stand together. So
Yeah.
she just walked in and she's still smiling. She's got a smile from ear to ear right now.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you taking time on this Saturday morning to be with us, for Emily to set it up. It worked out really great, and we look forward to talking to you down the road. And like I said, Ron will be keeping up with you. And we got your number now, okay, man? All right?
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right, buddy. Have a
good
great weekend. All right, buddy. Thank you. All right. How cool is that, Ron?
I got to tell you, it's
We
a
got 1 minute here. That's a cool story there.
It's a cool story. A great family. They are so close, and they do so many things in the outdoors, and they encourage everybody to
They
get
are
involved.
encouragers. All right, let's take a break. Now we're heading down to Florida because he's supposed to be at Disneyland down. Matt Airy coming
on
back
his
up
way.
on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll continue this fishing conversation on this 14th of January, 2023. We'll be right back.